Hello everybody, it's Max with Crypto Talk. Now, Uniswap, could it potentially be a distressed asset on the near horizon? Well, with that said, let's get right into it. So as we can see right here, it does mention that a 45% Uniswap price crash could be ahead, or as I feel, basically on the near horizon. It mentions that the price has been trending upward excuse me, since mid-June inside what appears to be a rising wedge, which traditionally analysts view as a bearish reversal pattern due to, like it shows here, its history of luring bulls into buying fake out bounces. Now bear with me, I know this seems a little bit technical, but once I get more into it, it's going to make a little bit more sense, and it's going to be easy to follow, to say the least. Therefore, rising wedges resolve after the price breaks below the lower trend line. Traders typically calculate a rising wedge's downside target by subtracting the distance between its upper and lower trend line from the breakdown point. Now, when we zoom in a little bit more on this, you can basically follow it right here. I mean, they highlight it for you, and you can see what they're talking about in regards to this downward trend. Now, in regards to all of that, right, it goes on to further mention that puts Uniswap's downside target at 380 by September 2022, and 45% from July 15th's price if the breakdown begins near 652. Now, key thing to point out, currently speaking, Uniswap is sitting at $7.01. Now, they are close to those lows that was mentioned on that previous tab I just pointed out. Like I mentioned, $3.80 to $4. As we saw, for the year lows, it was roughly around 337. That's not too far away from that. On top of that, the year highs was about roughly close to $31, $32. All-time highs is like what you see right here, sitting at about roughly $43 back in May of 2021. Of course, the volume is down, as we see right here, but guys, this is still a top 20 token. Currently ranked 17th. Another thing I want to point out is it was recently listed on Robinhood. That is still significant, and since that listing, it did have some gains. But of course, let's face it, with the overall market, things have dropped off. But nonetheless, this flew under the radar. Not enough press coverage, but nonetheless, it made it onto Robinhood, whether you're a fan of Robinhood or not. In closing, I want to point this out. I feel as though it's important to pay attention to distressed assets, especially in crypto, and especially when it comes to exchanges, whether they're decentralized or centralized. How do we know that? Well, look what recently happened with, for instance, Voyager. Yeah, Celsius is more like a network per se, but nonetheless, even with Celsius, that thing pumped 50% the other day when it was considered something that was going to be completely dead and go to zero. Same with VGX. You know, everybody was panicking, saying, you know, this is dead, can't do nothing, it goes to zero. I understand if your money, your crypto is tied up in that, but for those who aren't, like for those who didn't come into Luna until after the crash and invested in Luna Classic, those are what? Distressed assets. There's still money there. So don't listen to naysayers. Is a long story just I'm trying to give you. And if anything, recognize what? Distressed assets. It's not financial advice. You got to do your own research and so on. But nonetheless, I thought it was interesting to say the very least. So like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and hit that bell notification. Last but not least, thanks for watching today's video. May all have a blessed day, and we'll see you on the next one.